Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm actually doing a personalized reading for someone. They're a friend of mine that came into my life in the past, I guess year almost it's been now, and they actually gifted me one of these beautiful decks, but they reached out asking for an idea of the themes that are upcoming for them in the next 3 months. And so I'll keep them anonymous, of course, and their details anonymous, but I wanted to record this, one, so they have it for themselves, but two, I also kind of thought it would be fun to do a personalized reading and show what that's like, because when I really get into it and when I'm on my own, I start with tarot, but I often also incorporate a lot of oracle cards. And even though I tell people I only pull 10 cards, I'm not very good at keeping my word on that. I usually pull a lot more. So we're going to be using all of these beautiful oracles today alongside my favorite tarot deck to get a little more insight on the future that this person has coming for them, or at least the potential themes that are coming to them for the next 3 months. So I'm really trying to move this deck around. I'm also going to put it to my heart. I don't know why. I feel like I really need to do this and really embody this person's interest and what they are looking for in their life and the question that they have presented, because I really do want this to be focused on them and not on myself. I'm very careful when it comes to readings that I don't do them in a heightened state of emotion. So I've often had to delay readings for people because at the end of the day, I mean, yes, this is all entertainment. This is all for, I don't know why, but I actually want to take that whole bunch out. I know that this is entertainment and, not maybe to be taken so seriously. It's just to reflect on yourself. But sometimes I do feel that it does open up our minds to really realizing things that maybe we were ignoring before. And so I find that it's important to, I don't know, just kind of keep that in consideration when you're doing these different readings. So I think this one, okay. I don't know what I've pulled here, but I've pulled quite a large selection. I don't know if this is based on each individual month. We're going to learn right now. So it seems that I have the Magician. Okay, I have the Magician. I have the Page of Swords. I have the King of Wands. Okay. Then with here, I have the Hanged Man. I have the Ace of Wands. Ooh, the Five of Cups. Okay, the Six of Wands. That's a volatile month. And the Wheel of Fortune. Then we have the Two of Coins, the Three of Coins, and the Devil. Okay, I'm going to lay these out just so I can get a better idea of what's going on here, because when you pull out a large quantity like this, it can take a moment, so I'll be right back. Alrighty, so let's take a look here. I know while I drew them in sections, they don't really feel like they're correlated to specific beginnings of each month. It kind of just seems like different chapters that could happen over the coming months. So when I look at this here, the first thing we have is the Magician, Page of Swords, and King of Wands. Magician is all about having the courage to have new ideas, to experiment with things, to create a life of your own and really have fun with being someone who is building their craft or creating their own reality in some cases as well. You also have the Page of Swords, which is often related to a curiosity, really having a lot of thoughtfulness. I mean, swords in general are very thought-related cards, but this in particular is very related to being talkative. Page is youthful, but it's also about thought. So having the ability to speak up in this circumstance. You can see, actually, if I show you here, there's a little bird that's with the character. So kind of a little reminder of speaking up and having a voice. And then you see here in this card, the King of Wands is a much larger bird. And the King of Wands is often associated with leadership, passion. Creativity is often associated generally with the wands. So the first part of the story to me says you have an idea, you speak on it, and as a result, you're given leadership. So this could be an idea at work that you say, hey, you know what? I want to do this, and you actually speak up, because I know often you might feel like maybe you don't need to speak up, or it's not worth it to speak up, just kind of do what you have to do, and that's that. But it seems like there's a leadership opportunity for you to speak your mind with this either new idea, or it could also be a new direction in your work or in your life. But no matter what, there's going to have to come a point in your life where you're willing to speak up, because that's the only way you're going to get into a role that allows you more flexibility and leadership. So that's our first half here, or first third, I should say. Then we have the Hanged Man, often, often, often associated with sacrifice, sometimes needless sacrifice, sometimes overextending yourself beyond what you need to. Then we have the Ace of Wands, new ideas, correlates quite well with the Magician as well. This is generally more creative ideas, more fun, passionate, again with the wands. But then in the middle of this whole thing, we have the Five of Cups. And in fact, this is actually the only Cups card that I've pulled of the pull that I've done here. And that tells me that despite all of this going on, there is grief within all of this. And it seems like that grief is well protected. It's being held in by a lot of money, a lot of thought. Well, not that much thought, but a lot of money or stability rather, I should say, and a lot of passion and creativity. And that's great. But I think that there's something to consider here, that grief is there and still speaking to you for some reason. Now, despite that, it does seem like you have, again, you have plenty of wands here. You have all great wands cards too. You have Ace, you have King, and you have Six. Now, the Six is associated with fame, notoriety, earning your keep, getting your reward, which I think could pair very well with the King of Wands. So it could be that you have to sacrifice yourself for this new idea. You're emotionally not going to be feeling the greatest, but you're going to get notoriety out of this. And it does seem like luck is also on your side with this decision. So if you're feeling like, oh, but that's a bit risky to make this decision, it seems like there's a good chance it'll turn out for you. And I can see that you're having trouble making this decision because we have the Two of Coins here. And that's, of course, very a two in many facets of tarot is associated with making a choice or seeing the duality of something. And so Two of Coins is generally a more difficult decision of your stability and your physical placement, your physical reality. But I also see here that there is something that you need to be learning. And I wonder what that could be for you. I know that there are classes or certifications that could help you have more control over the remaining portion of this, whether it's a job change or just being able to feel more confident to speak up. So it could be that you're going to either do that career shift or do that certification, or it could be totally on a different page if there's something else coming up for you, which could be related to emotional education or education on how to start a business that you want to start or how to learn a new skill that you've wanted to learn. So I feel like that will make it easier for you to make the decision and kind of be the catalyst for all of these things. Now we have the Devil here in the end. I'm looking at this almost as, because I also look a lot at, how should I say, color symbolism, colorism. No, that's not I don't know what the word is. When colors are associated together. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Devil, and the King of Wands. So my thought, especially because these two are also such strong opposites on the wand scale, is that there's probably a good chance that there's maybe laziness or the easier way out, or things that are not beneficial for you. It could be with your health. It could be just settling with something you're not happy with because it's easier. And the devil loves that, right? The devil loves to find ways to play with you and make your life more difficult. And if there's the benefit of not having to try as hard, not having to do something good for yourself or whatever, the devil is kind of like a symbolism of that as well, kind of mixed in with the laziness and whatnot. Not to say that's necessarily what it is, but it's just a potential option. So let's now add some more relations into this. So I'm going to use the new Citadel Fantasy deck, which is actually from the dear friend that I am reading for. She got me this and I made a review video on it. I love this deck, you guys. I love this deck so much. I mean, the shapes and everything. So let's see, what else can we learn about that could be associated with this path that could be made available to you. Let's see. Oh, okay, this one. Oh, was that one there? Let's shake this down for a second. See who sits at the top. This one. Okay, now we're gonna do a little more. See if anyone else has anything else to say. Both of you. Oh, you know what? You just wanted me to pull that one. Okay. So let's see what we got. We have the Sentinel, determination, Is that uncertainty or certainty? Ah, certainty. Okay. Okay, I can see where that plays in. The Hunter. Okay. And the Masquerade. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Hiding your true self or projection. Okay. I am still newer to these cards, so it might take me a minute or two more, especially this Hunter here. Sure-footedness, predestination. Do you feel like, and also I'm just going to look at that because you got a wide variety here. So you have earth, air, and water. There's actually no fire associated, despite having as much wands as you do. Determination and certainty, but at the same time, sure-footedness and predestination and hiding your true self. I see this as the path that you're on is something that you're doing to fit a narrative that you think is appropriate, maybe more so than what you actually want. But there's also the determination on this path as well. But I question if this path is also going to wake you up to realizing what you actually want for your life, and maybe not so much what others are wanting for your life. Let's pull from the Divine Feminine as well. This deck was the first oracle I ever really got to know, and it has tons of goddesses and deities from various worlds that do a really good job of showing us, oh, well, that didn't even try to be subtle, but it shows us who to embody, which I always really appreciate. Okay, I swear I think I've pulled this card for this person before. Enhedwana. Okay, so it says here, the High Priestess, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love, which is always beautiful. And then, oh, we have Yomaja. Okay. Or Yamoja. I always pronounce it wrong. The goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. Now my question shifts from, is this really about work? Or is this about a new venture altogether? I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. And I am an ocean of creative energy. And again, we have so many wands here. This is all about creative energy. Maybe there's actually more of a creative project. Hang on, I need to think about this for a second. Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to settle down here, and I think I bumped the camera, so hopefully you can see everything still. Because I just had to really reconsider here. This goddess was associated with the goddess Inanna, which is very deep into things like shadow work, but they are also considered one of the earliest authors in history who developed like prayers and hymns from a very early time. And I wonder if that's at all related to something that you need to build on. So both of these cards, and also I do love that these are not white women. Let's be honest, a lot of these oracle decks are usually white women. So I do feel very appreciative that there's variety in this, but also I think that it just speaks a little more nicely and clearly and precisely. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm excited. I'm not explaining what I'm doing. I'm already pulling from the Threads of Fate, which is the oracle version from this company, and I know that this friend of mine really likes this deck as well. And if I find it, I'll be sure to get you one, don't worry. But let's see here. I don't know if I want to pull more yet. Let's see what we have. The Creator. Okay, and it's a wand. Are you kidding me right now? Tell me that these are not the same card. Tell me that these are not the same card in different ways. And this one. The Magician. Hello. What is the creative venture that you're supposed to go on? I don't think this is work related. I think it's something to do with speaking or sharing your mind. What's the other one? The universe. Whatever you're going to do is going to change your life. This is like a huge shift. What the heck is happening here? Do I even have room anymore? I want to make sure you can see everything. The universe, I'll put it like this and like this. Okay. So over the next 3 months, there is some type of creative venture that you are going to be exploring. This is pretty much set. I understand now that that is guaranteed to be it. Because also, if it was more work related, there'd be more coins cards. There would be more swords cards. To me, okay, oh, more interesting things. Sorry. I get excited, you guys. Look, we have the Hunter with the predetermined fate and a noose. The Hanged Man, often associated with, let's be honest, a noose as well. There's something that you're going to have to sacrifice to allow yourself to experience creativity. And I think that the divide of you figuring this out is really what it comes down to. And also training, doing the studying that's here, but it's something to do with your words. It's something to do with your words. I have, because again, this card, this goddess, if you want to look up more information about her, again, was famous for writing. And then we have the Page of Swords, which is all about being talkative. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but I think it's all around you managing a form of your grief, or that it's all based and centered around accepting emotion and maybe nurturing your emotion through this creative process. Because at the end of the day, what sits here in the middle? I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But this is awesome. I get the feeling the Sentinel, now that I'm seeing determination and certainty, I kind of feel like it's saying that this is your predetermined fate. That's what I'm getting from that as well. Okay. I hope this was helpful. And if you are not the person I was reading for, but you still found meaning in it, I hope that was wonderful for you too, because this is so much fun for me. I have 100 questions. I can't wait to get them all answered. But anyway, if you want a reading like this, I have a link in the description, and I will also try to remember to leave a link to all of the different decks that I used as well, because I know that they are amazing and beautiful, and I hope that more people can enjoy them. So until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.